Some of the publications that we do utilize regularly, the Spokesman Review, the Tri-Cities Herald, we have the Pacific Northwest Inlander, which is a Spokane weekly, the Missoulian, and the Missoula Independent. The last but not least for NETA, I shouldn't say it's not last actually, but the trade shows. Silverwood last year, we moved Silverwood from the Coeur d'Alene grant into the North Idaho grant, which was I think was a great move, because Silverwood is a wonderful partner in North Idaho for all of the communities surrounding them. They do a fabulous job of representing North Idaho when they are at these trade shows. They not only carry their own brochures, but they carry additional ones representing North Idaho, any that they can get their hands on. And we do have some great ones available that are outside of ITC funding. And then last but not least, really last but not least, is the International Sail Club Loop. The International Sail Club Loop has one leg of its, the scenic byway is in Idaho. If you're not familiar with it, it goes up into Canada and comes and back down through Washington. It, along with the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, touches so many different communities in Region 1, and feel that that is a very important part of our grant through their advertising and the advertising of Trail of the Coeur d'Alene and Route of the Hiawatha. We touch many, many, many communities and bring so many different tourists. And you'll see them spattered throughout our grant in different elements, whether it's website or advertising and trade shows, I believe, as well. So, by the way, too, Carol is here, Carol Brown is here. And if you have any questions for the ISL, the International Sail Club, she is here to answer any specific questions. I didn't even hit my 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Any questions on NETA?
Mr. Chairman, yes. On this regional, or this electronic brochure thing is pretty fascinating. And I think for a lot of our folks, this might be a route that they should really kind of look at a little bit with some of these regional pieces. I mean, the fact that you can, not only would it save you, obviously, everybody's initial cost going, up front, the ability to have your information current as it's there, have downloadable when you need them according to what you actually need is incredible. That's a good looking piece.
It is. We're going to get rid of the bubbles. Lots of criticism about the bubbles. But that's something we can do. The NETA administration can do that.
What did that cost to set that up?
We paid $5,000 for this. 24 pages.
24 pages set up.
And they were awesome. The agency that set it up donated so many of the photos just for photo credits. It was great. They did just a great job. It took us some time to put together. You can imagine compiling all the information. We allowed each of our members to provide the information that they wanted and pictures that they wanted to have on here. Unfortunately, not all the pictures were of the quality we needed, but and this one happens to be Silver Valley one. It's something just a little different, so it's not a problem. That's theirs. But the experience North Idaho, or experience Silver Valley, experience Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, but everybody is represented. It does take quite a while to download it right now. We're still working at getting it so it's divided out 2 pages at a time, and we're going to place that next to, well, they'll have the link to the chamber or the member website, and then a link for their 2 pages as well. So we're still working on getting that ironed out. And I can pass it around. I apologize, the backside is upside down. Anybody want to see it?
Mr. Chairman. Yes. Danny, one question, and you and I have talked about this, so I'm just kind of mentioning it, but and those that are on the council and the community websites, we have about 17,500 is being requested, which is a lot of money. One of the things, and I've really tried listening to the regional councils, the regional groups in here today, they all operate under one website, where the way NETA does it, everybody has their own website. And the part I don't like about that is, number one, you're paying for 10 different domain sites, putting these on the servers. But more importantly, I think that if somebody was in Harrison, for instance, they don't get the benefit of seeing that there's 6 or 7 other communities, that can be referred to if they're all down, on one list. We're not really getting the benefit of promoting the whole region. So that's something we've talked about and looking at for next year, and I have tried to pay attention today and did find that everybody really promotes their region as one entity, but then certainly breaks them off into the separate areas, as their own communities, so they can still do all this. So maybe that's something we could be looking at for next year.
Good.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming down for that.